Morning, everybody, and welcome to Thursday's Daily Hope, which we call the Weekly Huddle as we look forward to this weekend's services. I hope you're having a good week, but even if you're not having a good week, not having a great week, maybe you're struggling this week, I hope we'll see you in church this weekend. You may not know that our church has a value of brokenness. We actually value broken people and broken situations. And sometimes when we're not feeling on the top of our game or on the top of our world, church is the last place that we want to be. We can feel like church is only a place for winners. Church is only a place for people who have it all together. But in fact, that is not the picture that Jesus paints of the kingdom of God. Church is for people who are brokenhearted, who are downcast, who are really struggling. And I get it. When life's not going great, sometimes the last place you want to be is church. You don't want to come and sing happy songs to God. I'm not happy. I'm angry with God. You don't want to pray to God. Things are not going great. Why would I pray to God? You don't want to profess faith in something that you may be struggling with an aspect of belief. And yet, it's been said that honest prayer is the best prayer. Honest prayer is the best prayer. And God meets us right where we're at, even when we're struggling, even when we're not at the top of our game, even when life isn't going great. That's exactly the moment that God can work. Now, this weekend, as we continue our study in Mark, we'll be up to chapter 4, and I'm going to preach on Jesus and parables. Jesus used parables to teach a lot, especially about the nature of the kingdom of God. And I'm here in my backyard because I wanted to show you, we've got, right behind this fence is my kids' sandbox, but in front of the fence, we've got an area that is, I guess you would call it a flower bed. We could grow flowers there. There's some soil. We could even grow some plants or some vegetables. But to this point, my kids and I have had terrible luck getting anything to grow there. We've tried, but evidently the soil composition is wrong, or we haven't watered enough. That's very, very likely. Or there's too much direct sunlight, or something has happened. But we're going to continue to try. And when the seed germinates and comes up, together we will celebrate the miracle of growth. Not patting ourselves on the back, even though we had something to do with it, but celebrating that this is a new life. One of the parables that Jesus tells in Mark chapter 4 is about just that, about a seed, how the farmer plants the seed. And then he sort of steps back, and it says day and night, even while he sleeps, without the effort, the seed grows into something wonderful. And that's a picture of the partnership that we play with God. And I'm going to say something here that might be shocking. Some people might not like it, but I think it's true. There are actually things that God can't do. There are actually things that God can't do. God can turn broken situations around. God can mend broken things. God can turn whole lives around. But he cannot, because he will not impose himself on us until we first come to him. What does it say in Hebrews 11? Without faith, it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he earnestly rewards those who seek him. So you see, the first action is us planting the seed, watering the seed, and really believing that the process is going to work. We have to bring our broken selves to God. We have to put ourselves in his presence. We've got to put ourselves in the community of believers, even though we may not want to, because our hearts hurt so bad, or our doubts and our disbelief run so deep. And yet being in God's presence is the very first thing that we need to do so that God can do a miraculous work in our lives. So we want to see you this weekend in church, whether you're having the best week of your life or a mediocre week or the worst week of your life. Come to church. As we say to our 4th, 5th, and 6th grade families, bring your kids every week, bring them on time, remind them to bring their Bible, bring your Mark journal. Read ahead if you can to the beginning part of Mark chapter 4, where Jesus begins to teach in parables. And together, let's plant those seeds and let's believe that God can do his work in your broken life. We'll see you this weekend.